Meat is only for white people. This is the statement that I used to hear when I used to watch conscious community, Afrocentric, Hotepi types of videos. The most dangerous thing about it all was that I actually believed it. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you probably don't believe in sort of like race science. Obviously, there are differences between different people from different parts of the world, but this narrative that meat isn't good for black people and that we're supposed to be vegan is a narrative that I used to hear all of the time. So, you know what I mean? I really just want to myth bust it. I really want to just kind of take you through like a brief look of why it's bullshit, why you should be eating meat as a black person, and why honestly you shouldn't be listening to these people. And if you're a vegan, I'm just gonna be convincing you why meat is probably something that you should be eating.
That street's gotta move low key, car one wrong move and I might get done. Before I thought about going a jeweler stupid, I thought about buying a gun.
Now, contrary to popular opinion, I'm not gonna be that type of person to say that
you should be eating meat, or you should be eating meat only, like a meat only diet, or that you should be eating.
That's not what I'm really here to do. But historically, different groups of people have eaten different things. And the same comes for black people, for black Africans. As you know, Africa is one of the most diverse places on in the continent. Probably the most diverse place. You literally have everybody from every single like ancestry like there. Like you have it all there basically. And you have so many different people who live so many different types of lifestyles, whether that's the Hadzas or the Dinkas, you know, the Hadzas who are hunter-gatherers, or Dinkas who are pastoralists, or you have people who are farmers. You just have it all there. And to sort of make an overgeneralization, everybody's like this, and you know, these people are, you know, everybody should be like this, or everybody should be like that. Africans do X, Y, and Z. We all eat bush meat. It doesn't really benefit anybody. One of the biggest talking points of the people who used to say this all the time was that historically meat is for white people, but obviously that isn't true, because if you look at Africa, you would see people like the Ethiopians who eat raw meat, and then you also have pastoralists. If you're familiar with my channel, you'll know that pastoralist people are people who eat maize, but mostly meat and milk. They live off of animal products. So you have ethnic groups like the Dinka, like the Maasai, like the Toposa tribe of South Sudan, who if you look at their diet, these aren't people who were affected by colonialism or by white people, by Europeans. I mean, obviously, you know, it's been colonized, but you know, that part of their culture where it's meat eating, milk drinking, and things like that, it hasn't been affected that much by colonialism. And actually, you could argue it's been the same. And you can see, looking at their diet, what the types of food that they're eating. And it's not a bunch of fruits and vegetables. Obviously, there is some, but there's a lot of meat, especially looking at the Toposa. Almost half of their diet, blood and meat, which is crazy to think about. And actually, looking at my notes, the Maasai are one of the people who, again, live off of these animal products, eat lots of meat, multiple kg per day. And when you look at their population, you see lower rates of cardiovascular disease in comparison to Americans, right? And obviously, that's no surprise. America is probably one of the most unhealthy countries, but it does show that another talking point that they used to have was, you know, that meat isn't really healthy for you. But obviously, that isn't true. And you can see that through the different health benefits that these Maasai or other tribes people face. I mean, you can even look at them, bro. They've been going really viral like the past year for just them being like muggers, for them just being like good looking people, because they have a good natural lifestyle that a lot of Americans and people in the Western world have lost touch of, unfortunately. The reality of this as well is that people do develop certain genes like lactose persistence, or genes that help with, you know, digesting cholesterol to help them with their diet. So it's not so much that this thing works on a racial line. I mean, diet's affected by many different things, whether, you know, like your environment, obviously your lifestyle, right? It's not that one race or one specific group of people should eat a certain type of way. And obviously meat has a lot of nutrients, macronutrients, and even some micronutrients as well. And I mean, some of the biggest things are simply just essential amino acids that you do get from meat that you're less likely to get from plant-based foods. Things like protein, things like fat. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just here to explain and tell to people that black people, Africans especially, did eat meat and did have that in their diet, both historically and in modern times, and that also meat has its benefits when it comes to just being a healthy food, having certain macronutrients, right? And being a good source of getting them. When you look at things like amino acids, you look at things like protein levels, or even fat, which is also good for you, helps boost your testosterone. Meat all around is a good choice, and you shouldn't avoid it just because of your race. Anyways, with that being said, I hope you liked the video. If you found it useful, the like button. And if you want to see any more videos from a guy like me who sort of looks at fitness from a sort of ethnic historical perspective, definitely hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you later, bro. If you've been watching my videos and you actually want to apply the things that I've talked about, join my ascendancy school. I now recently just got signed to a modeling agency and previously had multiple others interested in me. And a big reason why is because I had a good physique. I had an aesthetic physique, more importantly. Now, obviously that isn't the only thing, you know, things like look and things of that nature are important as well. Building an aesthetic physique nonetheless does get you more on point. And that's what I'm gonna help you guys do in there. And there you'll get all of my frameworks when it comes to things like me explaining the diet and the workout training routine that I took to get me where I am today over the past 3 years of me lifting. If that sounds interesting to you, the first link in the description will be there. That being said, peace, bro. Alright, not really too much for the bloopers, man. I just wanted to show off some ethnic items that I got. So this is some kente cloth. I had this for like a long time. This is from, obviously, if you guys know about kente cloth, this is from Ghana. I got this off of Amazon though, so yeah. And then this, I got, it's a dinka necklace. So the way my mom called it was something, I think she called it like a jang or something like that, but online it's called a majok necklace, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's kind of funny because, you know, I'm not even gonna say it because my mom, I don't want to like bash the businesses that sell these. There's nothing wrong, but it's some comments my mom had about it. But yeah, I mean, I really like that. I really like this. I think it looks really cool. So you're probably gonna see me wear this necklace a lot more. I used to wear this necklace all the time. The Sudanese necklace. This is Sudan before the split, obviously. I really like this necklace. I think it looks really cool. And yeah, you know, unfortunately, Sudan's going through a civil war, so I feel like I had to mention that. I'm not trying to virtue signal, guys, but yeah, I mean, you might see me wear this one a lot more. I'll still wear that Sudanese necklace from time to time, but I really like these necklaces. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have too much to say, bro. You know, just been locked into my diet, trying to get to the gym. I've been working a lot of late hours, so I missed the gym almost every single day this last week except for one. And I'm gonna be going to the gym in like a few minutes. So yeah, you know, I might record one more video. I'm debating it, but I'm gonna go to the gym soon. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I don't really have too much to say, bro. Peace.